What is going on, guys? It is BossShot here with my longest video I have ever created, as well as the longest video it has ever taken me to create. And this is going to be how to build all of the things on transit mode at every stop, as well as a few tricks along the way like teleporting and banking. So this is going to show you where all the parts are, how to build the wonder weapon, the turbine, the electric fence, the turret, and a bunch of other things like additions to the bus, as well as secret spots that you can get to with your turbine. And this first part right here is going to be how to build the turbine. The three parts are always in the exact same spot, and you just build it right here. It takes about 10 seconds or so to get them all loaded up. Then you just take that and you can actually use it on these doors, which turns on electricity to open these. That way you don't have to pay to get out. And once you're in this room, there's always going to be a part to get on the bus here. It's either going to be a ladder, the front grill of the bus, or the indoor ladder on the bus. So that is going to be that. Now I'm going to move on to the bus upgrades and part locations. So this is the front grill that you just saw me pick up, and I'm going to put that on the bus, and it makes it so that no zombies can climb in on the front while you're running on the bus. Secondly, once you're on the first stop, you can come to this back room, use your turbine on this door, and it'll actually open it for you, and there will usually be a bus part in here, which will be whatever ones weren't at your first location. Now the next part, I'm going to show you how to put the ladder if it is in one of these spots that I have showed you, and this is going to allow you to get on top of the bus in one way. So this is going to be the ladder that goes on the outside of the bus and allows you to get on the top, and there is also one that allows you to get on the top of the bus through the middle of the bus, which I'll show you that part here in a little, which can also be used for multi-purposes also in the diner. So you have to either pick which one you want to put it on. Now next we're going to go to the farm, and this is another spot where you're going to find a part for the bus if you haven't found all three of them already, and it's just going to be right in here somewhere, and it'll be one of those three parts: the indoor ladder, the outdoor ladder, or the front grill. Now I'm going to show you how to get on top of the diner. This part is multi-purpose part that will be found in one of those first three places, and you just come into the diner here and add the part here, and then you can just jump on top of the roof, which is a really great camping spot if you have a couple people. They can only come from one direction, and you just have to mow them down. And that part that I just showed you is also placed the same way inside of the bus, and it allows you to get on top of the bus right in the middle of it, and it's pretty much the exact same thing as putting it on the diner. So that's pretty sweet. Next we're going to move on to building the Riot shield. This shield is really awesome. It is pretty much a one-hit kill all the time until you get into the higher waves, which I'll show you how I use it here in a little bit. But one part's going to be in there. It's going to be the car door. The second part is going to be somewhere in the diner, which my friend grabbed it for me and brought it in here, but it's definitely going to be on one of the seats or something in the diner. And that's going to be the second part, which is all you need to build the Riot shield. And once you have the second part, you can just pick it up. And you cannot have both the turbine and the Riot shield at the same time, which is kind of a downfall, but this is always a good thing to use. And if you camp here at the diner, it's always easy to go back and get your Riot shield if you need it. And as you can see, I'm just flying these zombies everywhere. They actually go flying like crazy if you hit them just once. So this is an awesome shield, especially in risky positions. I don't believe it gives you points, so that means that it's just going to be kind of a backup plan if you're kind of getting owned. And you can also hit multiple zombies at once. Now I'm going to do a teleporting tutorial. This first part I'm going to show you how to do it is actually if you do not have the power turned on. If you do have the power turned on, it's going to be a lot easier. But you're going to want to place this next to one of the light poles, and it's going to make the light pole turn green. Now once this happens, you're going to go get one of the guys who jump on your back by running out into the fog. Run up to the light pole, he'll jump off and create this teleporting. You want to make sure you grab your turbine so you can have that on you, and then you just jump into the little hole and teleport. It's really awesome. There's like 10 or 12 different teleporting spots, so that's pretty sweet to get around the map other than just riding on the bus. Now I'm going to show you how to bank. You're going to want to come to the city and open this door over here, and all you need is 2 grenades to get in here. But banking is it's like international, so if you're playing one game and you bank money in there, you can start a brand new game and you can have like millions of dollars in this and just withdraw it for $100 each. So this is a really useful tool if you want to get far ahead in your new round, or if you're kind of panicking and you have to go but you want to save your money, you can just put it in there, and then next time you restart you'll still have your money in there, which is really awesome. But it only works on transit mode internationally, so you can't like move on to survival and still have all your money in there. But all you have to do is throw grenades at the doors to pop them open. And now I'm going to show you how to build the turret. To build the turret, you are actually going to want to go to the farm map, and you're going to open one of these doors on this building right here, and it takes 3 parts. You're going to find you're going to find 2 of the parts actually inside the house, and it's real convenient locations. Then the 3rd part will most likely be where I show you here, and it's going to be a lawnmower, which is going to be outside. It's going to be right by the back door, or it's going to be where I show you here. It is on this video. So you're looking for ammo, you're looking for an RPD, and you're looking for a lawnmower to build this turret. This turret is really awesome, but the downfall is you do need a turbine to run it. You can't, even if the power's turned on, you can't run it without the turbine, but that's okay. And then you see the refrigerator in there. While I'm adding these parts on here, the refrigerator, you can actually store a weapon in there and then get it in a later round, which is kind of like the banking system, but it's just for your weapon. So you put a ray gun in there, upgrade it or anything, you come back later day and you get on there, it's gonna be in that refrigerator, which is really awesome to do. Now I showed you how to do it. You got all 3 of those parts on there. Now what I prefer is to lay down your turbine over here, so right when you pick up the turret, it doesn't just drop your turbine, and that way you just have it laid down already, and then wherever you want to camp, that's where you're going to put your turbine, and then you'll take your turret out here and you just lay it down right next to it, and it's going to pretty much mow down anyone in its path, even you. So you don't want to run in front of it yourself or you'll actually get shot as well. But it's a really awesome turret, and it really owns everybody. Could become very useful in higher rounds, and it's easier to do if you have a second person. They can lay down their turbine rather than you having to put down both parts. So I'll show you a little more footage here of the turret mowing down people. Now we're moving on to the wonder weapon. This is definitely the hardest part to build. All the parts are scattered throughout the map. The first one, you're on your way to the first stop. You're going to jump off real quick on this midway tunnel thing, and then you can jump back on the bus to make your way to the second one. Now the reason I'm dead on this and just spectating someone for the rest of it is I walked away and then they let me die, so I just decided to spectate them. But basically you're going to go to the cornfields, and you're going to run into this old map, which was actually one of the first zombie maps, and in here is going to be 2 parts for the wonder weapon. So it's going to be a lot easier if you have multiple people, because they'll be able to pick up all the parts, but it is also pretty easy if you're just by yourself. You're just going to want to keep a crawler or something, because you don't want to get stranded out here with all the little gremlin things jumping on your back. But you'll have to make multiple trips if you're just by yourself, or if you have multiple people, you can just grab each part by them. But it takes 4 parts to build this wonder weapon, but it is a really awesome weapon to use and really owns people, especially in panic situations. Next, you're going to want to move to the room. It's the 3rd stop. It's the one where you turn on the electricity, and in here you'll find the power cords. And for the last part, you're going to walk out here. This is straight from the room with the power cords. You just jump right out the window, and you're going to want to go this way and just kind of stick to the right here, and you're going to eventually end up at a shed, and in this shed is going to be the final part to add to the collection to make your wonder weapon. And when you actually have the wonder weapon, you're going to want to make sure that you don't overheat it, because if you overheat it and it explodes, then you have to redo and get all the parts again, and only one person can have it at a time because it's so great. So only one person can have it, and one person can also ruin it if they overheat it or anything. But we're finally at this shed out here, in just a second. And this is where you'll find your final part. So once you're in here, it's just right there, and you pick that up. That's your fourth part, and all you're gonna need to build the weapon. And also in here is the special knife. If you want to upgrade that, you just pick it off the wall. It costs quite a bit of money, but you can just pick that up, and it's your new knife. Alright, now you go to the city once you have all the parts, and you're gonna add them to this toolbox right here. It's in this room. You just have to open this door. It's the room with the pool, and sometimes the box is located upstairs, but you just add all your parts here, and it takes 4, as you saw. 1's in the electric room, 2 are in the old zombies map, and 1's out there in the shed, and actually 1's on the way to your first stop, so it actually takes 5 parts. And then once you have all those, you actually get the weapon. And as you can see, the little gauge there on the left is the one you don't want to get into the red zone where it'll explode. And finally, I'm going to show you how to build Pack-a-Punch. This is necessary on Tranzit mode. If you're playing survival, the Pack-a-Punch will already be there. But first of all, you're going to want to go to the room where you turn on the electricity, and you're going to have your partner stand by the room where there's the electric on the wall. Put a brand new turbine by that one, and then you're going to be in the bank, which I showed you earlier if you didn't see that. And once you drop down that new turbine at the electric room, then it will open this downstairs area, and all 3 of the parts are going to be down here to build the Pack-a-Punch, which will automatically spawn upstairs in the middle of that big lava pit. If you have ever played on survival on city, it's going to be in the exact same spot. And then Pack-a-Punch just allows you to have amazing weapons. So just look for the 3 different parts here. They'll probably be scattered in different places throughout, but they're really easy to find since it's just this small area. And you just add them all to the toolbox like regular building anything. And then you just go find the final, which really makes the machine look like Pack-a-Punch because it says Pack-a-Punch and this is the top sign on it. And then once you add the final part, it's just gonna the box will spawn out there in the middle of the city where it always is. So now you're done with Pack-a-Punch. Alright, next I'm going to show you how to turn on the power if you didn't know. This will allow you to man all the teleporters without having to put down your turbine, as well as it'll open up all the doors that say the power must be required to open these doors. So basically you're going to look for 3 parts. 3 parts are, it's like a box, there's a handle, and then there's a arm. So those will kind of be scattered throughout, but they are usually in similar parts. There's usually 1 in this room, there's usually 1 right as you walk in towards that center area, and then the hand's kind of random throughout. So that's the lever. You just add that on there. Then once you have all 3 parts, you just go over there and it'll just be right next to the workshop. You pull the lever and it allows you to get in this room as well as all the other electric rooms. Next, this is building the electric fence, which is in the same area as the when you turn on the electricity. So this is going to be the area that you unlock when you turn on the electricity, or you can just put a turbine by the door and actually get in here without turning on the electricity. So once in here, you're going to look for 3 parts. There's a battery, and then there's a couple other parts that you're going to need, and you just add them to the workbench right here. And it just takes 3 parts. It's really easy. They're all in that same room. And once you have all these parts, you have built the it's kind of like an electric fence kind of shocker thing, and you also have to have a turbine to put down to run this thing, similarly to the turret. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and please subscribe and like if you haven't already. I'll see you next time. Peace out.